Welcome back to another episode of Pangea.
Today's episode, we will be following the animals of the South during this dry season. We see a young male marigaya searching for water. He's heading towards the river, which is now likely dried up. He's reached the river. However, he does not see any water. He moves over to a nearby tree where he begins to feed. His long neck is able to reach the very bottom of trees. Because unlike sauropod necks, his is much shorter and only able to reach the bottom branches of trees. However, he's unaware that he is being watched by another dinosaur. Only a few miles away is a young female Carnotaurus. She is not related to Blaze. However, like Blaze, she is a very fast hunter. However, she does not have the strongest bite, which is why she is simply going to use an ambush tactic. This will increase her rates of killing the male marigaya higher, stalling him and unable to see the attacker. She begins to move closer towards the tree that he is feeding on. She is only inches away from her prey. She attacks. He swings his tail in the air, hoping to hit her. While the Carnotaur screeches in pain, the male marigaya quickly rushes back to safety. The Carnotaurus gets up. However, now she's unable to detect where her prey has gone. She walks away, ashamed. Meanwhile, we're here in the southern plains, where we see a small herbivore heading towards here. It is a small female stegosaurus. This adolescent is only 1 year old. However, once the years pass and she begins to eat more, she will become just as big as her parents. Now you may be wondering where her parents are. Well, in just a moment, we are about to show you. A larger stegosaur rushes the baby back to her herd. However, this is not the mother. This is in fact her brother. However, not even this is the mother. This is her much older brother, as you can see by the large dorsal plates on his back. Two more babies emerge from the brush. Another 1-year-old stegosaurus and a small 3-month-old. Although she is the same color as her siblings, she is much smaller, which means that she is the one who this young brother will care for the most. However, their parents are just behind. They hear a bellow from the brush. This is the bull male. He's the leader of this herd. And all of these are his offspring. This is his female daughter. And behind her is the mother of all of these offspring. They are heading towards the plains to feed. And since we will see these large stegosaurs often, we will give them names. This bull male's name is Wilson. The young male son, his name will be Red Plate. The daughter's name will be Violet. We will call the mother Sally. This other young male we will name Blue. And these three, we will not yet give them names until they are old enough. But until then, we will call them the triplets. Red Plate bellows through the sky. He is trying to see if there are any other herbivores here in the plains as well. He hears the bellows of more herbivores. He tells Wilson about it. It appears that these stegosaurs are not really here to feed, but they are also here to look for more herbivores to possibly herd with. Wilson hears the bellows as well. He quickly rushes towards the sound. The rest of his family follow after him. Wilson is shocked by what he sees. It is another group of herbivores.
or at least what is left of this group. The leader of the herd, who we will name Cameron, steps up. Wilson greets the large sauropod with a large bellow. Cameron agrees with Wilson. He lets the Stegosaurus herd with them. The reason why these animals have herded together is because their herd has died. Two main reasons why their herd might have died is because of the heat from this tremendous drought, or because of predators hunting them. Because recently, predators, especially here in the south, have gone crazy, eating anything they can find, even their own members. Even Ruby, the female Triceratops, has joined this herd because she not even feels safe during this tremendous drought. Some of the sauropods begin to notice something moving through in the brush. A large male diplodocus, who we will call Whip, has noticed this. He has warned the rest of the herd, who begins to be on watch. The herd has quickly gathered together after the call of the large male Parasaurolophus. Violet begins to get very nervous. She quickly runs away. He tells Red Plate to go and get his sister back, and he goes to find her. Blue is not as nervous. However, he is ready to attack just in case. However, there is not a singular thing moving. There is a pack of things. It is the Utah Raptor pack. Red Plate and Violet have both been startled back to the herd. Red Plate warns the herd about the danger that they are in. Wilson calls to the rest of the herd, warning them. A young female sauropod gets really nervous. However, she does not run away. In fact, she begins to get closer towards the rest of her herd members. Switchblade is aware that they know of the danger that they are in. He tells the pack to get closer as he closes in his wall. The Utahraptors have not gotten a meal in nearly weeks. If they hunted down one of these herd members, this would be their first meal in 5 weeks, so nearly a month and a half. The rest of the pack inches closer towards the herd. Ruby begins to hide between the bodies of the massive sauropods. She is only a small herbivore. She could easily get taken down by all 4 of the Utahraptors. Whip begins to stand his ground. Ripper attacks the prey. Wilson tells the rest of his herd and the other herd to quickly run. The young sauropod gets up and she sees the Utahraptor pack. They are completely surrounding her. She begins to try to call for her herd. However, she looks to her left and she sees that they are far gone. There is no way for her to get out of this one unless she could possibly fight them off. However, one of the triplets is still trying to catch up to the herd. She's being chased by Swift. Swift begins to take a bite out of her plate. He hears Blood's now calling him, so he immediately retreats. The young one gets up. However, she notices that she is missing something. One of the plates has been gotten bit by Swift. she begins to cry out in pain. Although this may not seem like it hurts, for stegosaurs, this hurts quite bad. It is just as bad as one of us humans breaking our legs. She begins to call out to her herd, hoping that they will come back and save her. However, one of her herd members actually does hear her calls. Her older brother has come back to save her. He begins to help her walk. Meanwhile, you see the young sauropod still trying to get out of this situation. One of the babies has been stuck here for an hour. She was knocked out during the stampede. Swift notices the young baby and goes up towards her. He begins to nudge her. The young one quickly wakes up. This young stegosaurus has been left far, far behind from her herd. Unlike her twin, who is almost to her herd, she's nowhere near them. For this, we shall give her a name. We will call her Alice. She quickly runs through the brush. Swift does not bother to chase her. He knows that he has a much bigger meal right in front of him. The young sauropod knows that she might die. However, she will at least try to fight before she does so. The newest member of the Eateraptor pack steps up. His name is Spear. However, this male is just no ordinary male. This is Bloodsnout's son. He's the only surviving member of the clutch of eggs. She begins to move closer towards the sauropod. She throws Spear off. She looks down and sees that she is accidentally knocked down Swift. He gets up. He is not knocked out because this sauropod is not large enough to crush his bones and kill him. But she's only large enough to simply knock him down. Swift is angered by this. In fact, he's a little annoyed. So he pounces. The sauropod sees Swift charging at her, and she quickly runs towards the other direction. However, Spear is here. And so is Ripper, who has come here to assist the newest member. This may not end well for the young sauropod. Meanwhile, in the southern forest, you see Bowie, the male Dipletosaurus. Ever since he migrated here in the south, he's been doing surprisingly well. But, however, he hasn't yet survived a drought season here in the south, and he's unaware that these droughts may be just as deadly as the droughts he experienced in the north. Today, he is looking for food. Not too far away is the carcass of a female Pachycephalosaurus. She, like many others on this island, died from the heat. It is unfortunate how her body ended up here, as here in the southern forest, it is not as hot during the droughts. Bowie picks her up by the neck. He has realized the carcass is too heavy for him to pick up, so he has to drag it. He has taken the carcass to the scraplands, where another predator is. This is Bowie's mate. Or his soon-to-be mate. He's brought this meal here to try to impress her. She begins to feed on it. She turns around towards Bowie. Bowie is trying to impress the female. He's using mating calls. He looks up and sees if the female is impressed. So far, so good. The female is interested. Bowie begins to move closer towards the female. He has successfully gotten a mate. However, they're not going to simply mate now, because it is the worst time of the year to do that. the dry season could easily get their eggs killed. It is a larger percent ratio than you think. You'll name this female Daisy. Bowie and Daisy go off back to the forest. On the next episode of Pangea Island, we will follow the allosaurs on the hunt. We find old predators who've been lurking here in the shadows. And we will follow the characters of the entire island during the dry season. Thank you for watching this episode of Pangea Island, Season 2.